Myshire Farm, how you doing? If you could let me know if you can hear me, we will get started. Pulling everything up here on my end. So we will just wait just a second to make sure you can hear me. And then we will get going here. Maybe? Yes. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Verna. I do believe, Verna, you texted me yesterday. Sorry, it's been kind of crazy. I will answer all that in just a few minutes and let everybody know what's going on. So usually we have a live Q&A every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I do a live Q&A. So you can ask the questions, and I try to help you on your journey with Coturnix quail. We do a couple fun things. If you want to let us know where you're from, we always do a shout out. It's always fun to see where everybody's from. And then if you've had any hatching eggs hatched from us this week, I write that down, and it's always fun to look at, and we discuss. So those are a couple fun things that we do. It is Monday. I had to cancel yesterday, and I will get into the reasons why in just a minute because I'm getting quite a bit of texts asking. So I will go into that in just a minute. But I rescheduled just in case you guys had any questions. Unfortunately, this week is going to be chaotic, we will say. So it is only going to be for 1 hour. I will be signing off at 8 p.m. We'll wrap up at about 7:50. So if you have any questions concerning Coturnix quail, please ask now, and I promise I will get to your questions. If you could support the channel and hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. Unfortunately, trying to get to everybody's questions, I am not going to be doing any fun giveaways or anything like that today because, well, I'm not prepared for it. I don't have the eggs, and I gotta hurry. So, before I begin, a lot of things have happened this week. If you watched our last live Q&A, you knew that, my mom was very sick. She's doing a little bit better now, but we had to take her to the ER. And by we, I mean we had to call an ambulance because the whole thing. So she went to the ER. That was a big deal. And then at the same time, my grandma called, and she was not sounding very well, and decided to let me know that she went to the hospital yesterday, or the day before, and they released her, but her blood pressure was 260, and she knows something is wrong. I said, okay, well, then I'll take you. So we went, and I've been in the hospital for a couple nights, staying with her. She did have a stroke. Unfortunately, the night before I took her, when she went to the hospital, she was having something called a TIA, which is pretty much a warning sign of a stroke coming on. They did a CT, but they did not do a CT with contrast, which is the kind of coloring in the veins to see everything. And I could tell something was wrong. She was saying something was wrong. So we took her to a different hospital, and it was a fight. They really didn't want to keep anybody there. They didn't want to have me back, and so I've been struggling with them. She is out of the hospital, and they found the cause. It does not need to be surgical, so that's wonderful. So she's going to go see a cardiologist, and we'll do a couple different things and do some checkups. Yeah, it's been a long week, and with everything going on, super behind here. We've got some stuff going on the farm that we're trying to deal with, and with that, on top of regular business, on top of taking care of my mom, on top of being in the hospital for a few days, I was home for, I don't know, 3 hours and 3 days, because somebody needed to stay with her. So I left. This was Wednesday when it started. I left Thursday morning at about 5 a.m., came home, got the orders ready, shipped them out. and then went back. I was back to the hospital by about 8. At 8:30, a doctor comes in, which is the first time I saw a doctor this entire time, other than the ER. So they admitted her, hadn't seen a doctor, comes in and says, okay, well, we're going to release you. And I said, no, you're not. No, she hasn't had her MRI. Yeah, she has. No, she hasn't. So she got on the screen. Oh, I thought she did. I must have got it confused with someone else. I said, are you? Okay, so what are we going to do? Well, we got to get the MRI. Yeah, we do. So, but my grandma was kind of out of it, and she was just, okay, well, I'm glad nothing's wrong. And I'm like, oh, no. So it's been a rough couple of days. And the thing about that is not just a couple of days where I couldn't get a lot of stuff done or we're majorly behind, but it takes a long time to get caught up. If you've tried to get a hold of me and you can't, or you haven't been able to, I am back on the farm. My mother is doing much better. She is at home. My grandmother is doing much better. She is at home. And I am back on the farm full time, and have been working 14 hours so far today, and I'll keep going. So it's going to be a long week, but if you need to contact me, please text me at 937-760-7282. If you've tried to email me, there's some things going on with my email. If you've tried to call, I was in the hospital, did not have service. A lot of things were getting missed. So please try to contact me again if you need me. So I'm sorry about all the confusion, but I am back, and we just got to get caught up. So I'm hoping a really hard work week, and I'll be caught up by next week. So that is what's going on with all that. Let's get into your comments and questions. Again, I will have to leave early just because it's been a crazy week. Verna is our moderator. I really appreciate her very much. She just commented my phone number, which is 937-760-7282. Again, please text if at all possible. Phone calls are very hard because I'm literally moving at all times, and emails are just a huge pain right now. Usually, I have my list of things that I do every day, and I'm putting out fires left and right. So we'll get caught up. It's not the end of the world, but I'll just need some patience, and I would appreciate it. So here we go. Verna's in the house, says hello. Ken Taylor says howdy from Central Indiana. Welcome. Buster says, been a while since I've caught a live stream. Hi, Verna and Zach. Welcome. Glad you're here. John B says hello, everyone. Oregon is in the house. Carrie says hi, everyone. Verna says, good evening, everyone. Nice to see regulars. Absolutely. Good to see newbies as well, she says. Reed Lead says, hi, Zach. Welcome. Klaus M says, good evening from the Netherlands. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Very cool. Beth Reed is in the house from North Central Arkansas. Welcome. Patrick Foltz is from Sparta, Missouri, says hello. Crabtree's Honeybees from North Alabama is in the house. Patrick Foltz, listening while cleaning and packaging some quail. Well, that is great. Best of luck to you. Brittany says hello from Detroit. Received my Myshire eggs yesterday. That's great. Best of luck to you. Yesterday. What's today? It's Monday, right? God, I hope it's Monday. I think it's Monday. I hope it's Monday. Ball says, good evening from West Central Texas. Welcome. Reed Lead from Northern Alabama. Welcome. William says hi from Wisconsin. And Rose Cold Rake Heather from Northeast Ohio. Prayers to your family. Thank you very much. We are doing much better. I just spent, 5 minutes explaining everything that's going on. It is Monday. Wonderful. Whew. I was going to say, if I missed a whole day, I am so up a creek without a paddle. So, again, just a lot of things going on. It's life, no one's fault. Nothing we can do about it. But if you can give me some patience, I'd really appreciate it. If you can support the channel and hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, it's probably my line. Give me just a second here. Thanks, Verna. So again, if you've tried to contact me this week, I've been in and out of the hospital, not myself, but family members. A lot of missed calls, a lot of drop calls. At one point in time, I saw 46 voicemails, and then the next thing I saw 12, and now I have like 4. I don't know what happened. So anyways, if you've tried to call or email, I've done fairly well with the texts, I believe. But if you can try to contact me again, I would appreciate it. And I will get with you this week. And if you don't need anything in a particular hurry, if you could maybe wait until this weekend so I can try to get as much stuff done as possible, I appreciate it. It shouldn't be, but that's the third time. Is anyone else hearing static? Because if so, then I can change something up. I was hitting my line with the iPad. So, is there any more static? Yes, static, yes, sound. Okay, give me just a second here. Oh dear God. Can you hear me better now? Yes. I'm hoping yes to the hear me now better. I hope. Perfect. Okay, wonderful. Oh dear God. I'm telling you, I could have gotten so much more stuff done today if I didn't lose everything I touched. It's just one of those days where it's like I have scissors in my hand and I'm walking around for 5 minutes going, where are the scissors? And I'm like, oh my God. So it's one of those days. But again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm glad, happy to be here. Didn't bring a drink again, but I've been down here all day. So, Dennis Workman says, from Southwest Florida, first ever hatch, set 44 SSC eggs in a new nurture right 360 and hatch 35. Congratulations, that is wonderful. SSC, congratulations on that. Kathy says hello from Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. Welcome. Phyllis Wells says Panhandle of Texas. Welcome. Freezers in the house from Boston, Massachusetts. Kasumi Rose from Western Tennessee here. I hatched your pansy eggs 3 weeks ago. 18 out of 25. Not bad at all. Pansy feed. Pansy feed. I put fab feed. Rod Ward is in the house from Ontario, Canada. A lot of Canadians here tonight. Welcome. Dennis Workman says, question, the SSC, one of the collection is a yellow chick that I believe is the English white. The chicks, are they generally smaller than hatched than most of the others in the collection? Yes. The white ones that hatch out of the SSCs are typically on the right side of a runt, but they're small. I mean like bantam size. Verna says, good hatch rate, Dennis. Absolutely. 2 good hatch rates so far. Crabtree's Honeybee says, when will jumbo wild eggs be available again? 2 weeks. Around 2 weeks. I will know a lot more. I will know a lot more this coming up Sunday. But I'm trying to get as many orders out as possible. I can see them now. Yeah, probably not this Sunday, but next Sunday is probably when I'll put them back on. But that's not been confirmed yet. Right now, I'm getting orders out as fast as I can, but I'm not really looking to see how far out I am. They are off the website, which is why I'm not really thinking about it yet. But I will have for sure answers later this week. Matthew Whittle is in the house from Kentucky. Welcome. Freezer says, what about the 18 and under contest? That is still going on. We announced the winner, what was it, last week, I think? And then we'll pick another winner January 1st, or the first Sunday of the month. Earl Nichols says, good evening, everyone. From Sunbright, Tennessee, our Italian quail hatchlings are doing great, growing very fast. That's great. Congratulations. Bayo Hung says hello, welcome. Frank says prayers for your sick family members. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Not Django says, hey Zach, have you experimented with the blue egg gene in quail before? We have them. We just are not happy with them, which is why we do not sell them. Tommy Ball says, praying for you and your family. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Doc Holliday says, Zach, I know you have said to use electrolytes in water every once in a while. Do you mean to use the water system or in bowls or waters? Will the electrolyte powder ever clog the watering system? No. We put it in the watering system and we've never had an issue. We've never had an issue. John B says, got some good numbers for you. Zach ordered 110 jumbo wilds, 96 hatched, lost 3 in first couple days, but still have 93 in the brooder. I will take that number. I will take any good news right now. 96. 96 out of 110. Jumbo wild. That is great. Congratulations. Freezer says, prayers for your family, Zach. Thank you very much. Reed Lead is not talking to me. Kelly says, hey, from Georgia, hatched 12 out of 60. Had some incubator issues. We'll be glad to get the order. I'm having y'all hold till my chickens get out of my cabinet incubator, which is way more reliable. Well, that's great. Best of luck to you. I got your order ready this morning, and then Jenna texted and said, don't ship it. So I used it for other orders. So it all works out. But we will be shipping out, I think the 19th, I think is what she said. Don't remember. Phyllis Wells is in the house. Welcome. Rafael Rivera is in the house. Welcome. Rhoda Lynn says, hi from California. So sorry to hear your mom and grandmother hatched 13 out of 25, ordered 30 received. Our rare mix. One splay leg, but treated with shot glass method, and he's zipping around pretty well. That's great. Congratulations. 13 out of 25. It's not the best, but it's not too bad. Not bad at all. Jay Joseph from the Caribbean's in the house. Hope all is well with you and your family. Take as much time as you need with your family. I'm sure customers would understand. People have been very understanding, so I really appreciate that. Beth Reed saying, praying for your mom and grandma. I appreciate it. Thank you. Chris Derry Rose Elrod says, good evening from Arkansas. A lot of Arkansas tonight. Welcome. Brittany says, praying for your family. It's so hard. Thank you so much for advocating for your grandmother. Not a problem. I'll give you a quick story that I've probably never told. But when I was young, I don't know, 9 maybe, my grandfather was kind of the staple in our family. And he had a massive stroke and was paralyzed on half side. And he lived another 9 years before he died. But he was in the hospital. I think he was in the hospital for 220 days straight. Once his stroke, he just kept having strokes, having a heart attack, this, that, and the other. And then, obviously they said, he's got 6 months to live. He lived for 9 years, but, it was a long journey, kept having strokes, kept having heart attacks, was diagnosed with cancer. At the very end, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and all kinds of stuff like that. But for 9 years, pretty much me and my family were in the hospital. I mean, that's just what we did. My mom worked 2 full-time jobs when I was growing up, so my grandmother kind of watched out for me, but we were at the hospital. So that's just what we did. So, we were talking about it the other day, and that's just, there's a lot of things that I wish that I could have learned differently. There's a lot of things I want to change, as far as how I was raised. I'm happy of how I was raised, but there's things that I'd like to see differently. But one thing is when things get really down, you don't leave. I remember when my wife's grandfather got very sick. We went, and I said, well, who's staying the night? And they said, well, we've been here all day. We'll all go home. They said, no one needs to stay. And I said, I'll stay. And they're like, you don't have, and I was like, no, I'll stay. And it's not that it's just my mindset from my experiences, So someone always needs to be the advocate with you in the hospital. We did the same thing for my wife's grandmother when she fell ill, and somebody was with her 24/7, whether it was at the hospital or at hospice or whatever. And so I don't trust hospitals for good reason. And this hospital proved it this week when it was pretty bad. It is what it is. Lasagna Luther says, sorry for all your family issues. Glad your grandmother's home. Good you are staying on top of the R. Thank you very much. Melody says, family first. All should understand. We appreciate you. Thank you. Klaus M says, hello. I would like to ask, I live in Holland, and it's quite difficult to find a high-protein food for quail. May I add soja scrap? Soja? I don't know. If so, what ratio should I do? We have 16% chick food available. I don't know what that is. If somebody does, then they can comment. If I were you, I would actually look for maybe a turkey feed. Usually they're high in protein, and a turkey feed and high in protein would be better than a game bird / quail feed. And then you can switch over to a layer feed down the road. That's what I would suggest. Then you're not, portioning out or anything like that. Frank says, when I get sick, I want you, Zach, to drive me to the hospital. Whatever you need. Yeah, I'm respectful, but I'm very stern. I remember when my wife's grandmother was in the hospital. We all were there. It was, Papa and his wife and me and my wife and my wife's sister and her husband. We were all there, and Jenna's mom wanted to stay the night. And, we got there late, and so she said, okay, well, what about a cot? And she said, well, they said they would bring one. I said, oh, okay. About a half hour goes by. I said, well, where's the cot? She goes, I don't know. And then everybody was like, all right, well, visiting time, or they came in and said, visiting time is over. And so I said, oh, well, we're still waiting on a cot. And they said, oh, okay, we'll get that for you. So then they came back through and they said, I'm sorry, visiting times are over, only one person can stay. I said, as soon as you bring the cot, we'll be happy to go. Okay. 15 minutes later, nothing. So I went to the front desk. I said, hi, I'm looking for a cot for this room. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll get it for you, but are you the one staying? And I said, no. They said, okay, you're going to need to go. I said, ma'am, I've asked for a cot for 2 hours. As soon as I feel like they're taken care of, I'll be happy to get out of your hair. But I'm not leaving until I get that cot. I am so sorry. Okay, all right. So then they came back and said, we don't have a cot, they're out. I said, okay, I will go buy a cot and then I will be right back. Then they said, well, you can't come back in. And I said, okay, so you don't have a cot. I want to go get a cot and bring it back, but I can't get in. So we went up the chain until finally I got somebody on the phone and I said, I'm sorry to bother you. All I want to do is bring a cot back so that my family can be okay. So it's kind of more of I don't take no very well, especially in those circumstances. And I know they're just doing their job, so I can't be mad at them. But it irritates me because it feels like incompetence, So there's that balance there. Believe me, they don't want me there. I can tell you that. Homestead on... Oh, did I miss one? Yep. Nope. Homestead on Main Street's in the house. Hello, all. Praying for your family, Zach. Thank you. Reed Leeds says, glad your family is doing better. I received the eggs that I won, and they rested for 24 hours and are in the incubator. Best of luck. Phyllis Wells says, it is hard to be a carekeeper and have a full-time job. It is, but that's life. Carrie says, family's always first. Glad everyone is doing better. Thank you. Chris Derry says, so sorry to hear about your family's troubles. Unfortunately, in the world of medicine, everyone needs someone with them to keep the staff on track. We don't have enough quality nurses. I think I've not really met that many bad nurses. I've met way overworked and way overwhelmed nurses. But I haven't really met a lot of bad nurses. But we had some PCTs, which are like nurses' aides, when I was in the hospital this week. Phenomenal. I mean, they were great. The ER was pretty good, but they did pretty well. I like the PCTs more than I like the nurses. And then I called the hospital that she went at the day before, and made it very clear that what they did was completely unacceptable. You can't send an 85-year-old woman home with a 260 or 240 blood pressure and say we can't find anything wrong. I mean, you admit her for observation, if anything. So I spoke my piece respectfully, and then I had that hospital call and make sure that I'm not very happy about it. So they did actually call today, wanted to check up on her, the hospital that sent her home, and wanted to check up on her, and I said she's at home, she's doing better. I think it was more like they were scared that we were going to sue, but I said, yeah, she's doing much better. And they said, okay, well, when is her cardiology appointment? And I said, we can't get in until Christmas Eve. And then they said, you know what, give me a couple minutes. So they called back about 2 hours later and said, how about Friday? And I said, that would be fantastic. I really appreciate it. So it really helps not to lose your crap. It really helps to just be stern and patient and not take no for an answer. So we're able to get her in much faster because we spoke up, but we didn't do it in a derogatory way. So I'm very happy, excited about that. Bob Simmons says, keeping you and your family in our prayers. Thank you very much. Jeremy McGee says, hello from Louisiana. Hope everything works out with your family. Thank you. Rod Ward says, I just hatched out a batch of quail, and I noticed that just before I hatched, the temp would drop about 1 degree. When hatch was done, the temp would go back up on its own. Do you know why? Usually because of humidity. Right before they hatch, humidity will rise, which means temperature will typically lower. That's usually it. Sparks FC07 says, hello. Hello all. Hope all is well. Glad your mom is doing better. Prayers to you. On another note, I got baby quail. That's great. Congratulations. Best of luck to you. Lots of we fixed that. Sparks FC07 says, out of we had 20 plus that have hatched, but my question is, they all started hatching on day 16. It is now day 18. Should I leave the babies in the incubator for a couple more days? You should take the babies out every 24 hours that's hatched. Leaving the eggs in there, you could leave until day 20. But whatever's hatched, you need to take out right away. Verna says, everyone show Zach some love by hitting that thumbs up. I would appreciate it if you support the channel tonight. That would be fantastic. Salvador Santiago's in the house from Puerto Rico. Welcome. Sumi Rose says she gave a thumbs up. I really appreciate you. Susan Higgs says, praying for you and yours. I'm feeding Purina. What supplement should I be adding? Oyster shell, ? Really, what I would do is watch our video on our feed. And really what you want to do, long story short, is from 0 to 10 weeks, you want a high protein, 25 to 30% protein, about a 1.5% calcium. And then you want to switch over to a layer around 15 to 20% layer feed, 3.5% calcium, and I believe a 1.5% fiber. We go into depth much slower and show you what we use and when we use it on that video. But I would match that up. That's typically where you want to be. Hopefully that'll answer your question. Sparks FC07 says all are still live and very healthy looking. That's wonderful. Congratulations. Beth Reed says very staticky. Oh, nope, fixed it. Freezer 77 viewers. We've got 97 so far. I appreciate you all. Matthew Whittle says, question, when mixing colors, how do the genes react to each other? Like if you breed Italians, Tibetans, do you get a 50-50 gene mix, or do you get mixed colored birds? Typically, the first time around, you'll usually get 50-50. Give or take. That's usually how it works. Then if you breed them again, then you'll start getting odd colors. So for example, if you breed wilds and whites together, typically the first generation, maybe even the second generation, possibly the third generation, you'll typically get 50 white, 50 jumbo, or 50 white, 50 wild. After 3 or 4 generations, you're going to start getting like wild tuxedos or pandas or things like that. But it's typically not just one generation that will do anything for you. That is when we had a lot of static. Arturo Lopez says, hello from Cancun, Mexico. I've been there. It's very helpful to hear you watch your videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Richard Carpenter says, prayers to your family from Orange Grove, Texas. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Reed Lead is not talking to me. Ron says, hi, Zach from the Philippines. Welcome. I saw that you text. I will get to you tonight or tomorrow. Oh, dear God. There we go. Kasumi Rose says, scissors in pocket and overalls. We've done that before today. Jesse Mills says, hi, everyone from Iowa. Glad to hear everybody is okay. Thank you. I tell you what, we're going to do this again. So if you don't want to do this, I really feel like it would help a lot of people. We've been wanting to do it for weeks, and it's just been, guys, it's just been crazy. So I tell you what, if you can get a pen and paper, we're going to play a little game before I get off. A mentor of mine did this with me. Actually, a mentor of mine did this with me before I even started my business. This was when I was a multi-store manager. I sat her down and told her that I would be leaving. And after she yelled and screamed and cussed and cried, she was very supportive. Took her a little bit, but she got there. And she said, all right, well, is there any way we can go to dinner? I said, yes. And she said, bring paper and pen. I said, okay. And she did this exercise, this little test. And man, it has helped in every aspect. It has helped with my parenting. It has helped with my business. It has helped with time management. It has helped with me transitioning from a full-time job to self-employed. It has helped with my marriage. It has helped with my relationships. It's helped with customer service. It has helped in every aspect of my life. And I'd like to share it if you would like to do that. So I will give you a few minutes. Make sure you get something you need to write down. You need to write something down. We'll do this exercise tonight. I will do it again on Sunday because I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. But you know, I'd really like to do it tonight as well. So I will give you a few minutes to get a piece of paper and a pen, or your notes up on your iPad, or whatever you want to do. And we will do a little exercise tonight. I will go in more depth about it on Sunday, but we'll do it real quick for you to maybe get, if you can watch again this coming up Sunday, hopefully what I'd like to do is give you an intro to it tonight, have you think about it during the week, and then on Sunday you could be kind of an expert once we really get into it. But I'm telling you, if you accept it, it changes a lot. It really does a lot of good. So it says that I've been live for 34 minutes, so we will do this at I'll give you 3 minutes to get that stuff together. Taco Promotion says, good day, sir. Hope all is well with you and the family and your emus. I just had one question. Do you think it's possible to breed white birds to have a red chest like the standard brown? No. No. It could be, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Sorry. Well, if you make the wilds feather sex, or if you make the whites feather sexable, then they wouldn't be whites anymore. They would be, you know, I guess opposite tuxedos, whatever that would be. But no, I've never seen it. I've never had anything come close to it. I don't think it's possible, but it could be. I've never really thought about it. Kelly's in the house said, I ordered 25 SSCs and 25 GPCs. I will be able to tell upon hatching the difference. Will I be able to? Not right away. It'll probably take about a week. I know you said in a previous video combining those colors was a mistake. I'm guessing they look bad together. It's just, no, it's not. It's because both are collections, you're just going to get a lot of crazy stuff together. So it's not a bad thing to breed them together. It's, you're going to get every color under the sun when you do it, which is the frustrating part. Jen says, any tricks on helping with moisture in a quail house while trying to keep cold out by closing windows and not adding vents? Heaters are running. Do we need more? We're trying to help with moisture in a quail. You know, I mean, not really. You need ventilation, and you need ventilation, and that'll help. Ventilation will be a big part. The cold's not that big of a deal. They can handle the cold. The stuffiness, you'll start having quail have issues, and it's not healthy for you either. So ventilation is very important. Reed Lead says, so the answer for your question is once a lot of eggs hatch in one day, I usually leave the incubator closed for 12 to 24 hours after the big hatch, then take the chicks out. Yes. Uriel says, in the last week live, you said you were working on a new quail color. Is it going to be for sale next year? Yes, it is. Frieza says, did you announce a winner? We are not doing a giveaway tonight, but I did do a bunch of winners last week, yes. Don Cook says, hello from Southeast Oklahoma, 16 Myshire mixed eggs and incubator on Friday. Thanks, Zach. Not a problem. Best of luck to you. Mike Johnson says, howdy from South Texas. Welcome. Kiki says, I would never leave a chick in the baiter longer than 24 hours unless I was trying to kill it. The quicker they eat, the better. I agree. 24 hours is our rule of thumb. I know some breeders say 48, 36, 48 hours. I don't agree with that at all. A lot of people say 12 hours, and we've done that before. I'm not completely against it. The problem is not all of them will be dried off by then. So 24 hours works for us. Heather Norris says, we had a white chick hatch out of our tuxedo batch, and today we realized she has blue eyes. Very cool, and that does happen. Isaiah Valdez says, Houston, Texas, pearl 21 out of 25. 2 that will probably be called due to deformation issues. 21 out of 25 pearls. You cannot beat that. I will take that every day of the week. Brian Peterson says, 60 silver eggs in the incubator from Myshire. Thanks for getting them to me during the difficult time. Not a problem. Happy to help. Jen says, do you adjust your feed in the winter? We are using a custom feed and not sure if adjusting it would be beneficial. I don't recommend adjusting anything during the winter as far as feed goes, just because they don't like change. Typically, when you change feed or when you change environment, when you change something, they typically stop laying for a while. They have a lot of difficulties. Winter's hard on them already. So, no, I wouldn't change the feed. I'd leave it as it is. Jessica Pate says, Indiana's in the house. For German pastels breeding, do you breed to each other, then add new blood every other generation? Yes, that is how you would want to do it. We do it a little bit differently now, but that's because we've been raising them for a long time. But yes, that is how you would want to do it for now. Question, do you guys do a mixed color egg sale? Like mixed jumbo colors or mixed on standards? We do. On our website at myshirefarm.com, we have the variety choice, which is mixed colors. We also have a rare mix as well. Jumbo mix will be coming next year. Robert Halverson, do it every time. Robert Halverson, I got it. Robert Halverson says hi from Minnesota. I don't know why that's not so hard. Marie says, glad to see you. Thank you for everything. Not a problem. Marie, did you get your eggs? I vaguely remember talking about it, and it's been a long week. So Marie, did you get your eggs? Jeff says, have 60 rare mix in the incubator now. Thanks, not a problem, and best of luck to you. Kelly says, hello from Provo, Utah. Missed the story on your family members, but praying just the same. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yesterday, when feeding and collecting eggs, I found a bird that is all in blood. I placed it back in the main cage after it healed up. It got beaten up a week ago, and he didn't have any wounds, all birds. And he didn't have any wounds, all birds. What? Oh, all birds were clean. I don't know what your question is. I'm sorry. Sorry. Sleepy Acre Farm says hello from Central Florida. Welcome. I way past my time. All right. So if you have a piece of paper and a pen, I want you to write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, in general, what are 5 things that you want to live by? For example, let's say you want to start your business. What are 5 things that you want people to think of you as, or you want to know in your heart that you're doing? So for example, I want to be honest, or I want to be fair, or I want whatever. I want to have the best quality. I want to be known as this. I want to be known as that. I tell you what, I'm jumping the gun. First, write down 5 things that you think is beneficial, at the most importance for your business. Now, if you don't have a business, just do this anyway, because this will make sense in the end. So, 5 things. So, for example, ow. That hurt. 5 things that you think are going to be beneficial running. So, quick responses to questions, or being the most knowledgeable, or quick service, fast delivery, whatever the case may be. Write down 5, and then we will get to it in just a minute. Doc Holliday says, Zach, I remember you have said not to breed snowies with GPC as they are closely rated. Does this mean you don't recommend breeding SSC with GPC? No. You should never, for any circumstance, breed snowy to GPC. SSC to GPC is fine. You're not going to have any issues. You're just going to have a ton of different colors, like a rainbow, which is not a bad thing if that's what you want to do. Don Cook says, gotta go, fire meeting tonight. I'll catch the reply. Prayers for y'all. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Is your breeding program constantly changing due to the demand? Our breeding program, no, not really. I mean, quantity changes. Things come up, but the way we do it stays the same. Our standard stays the same. Ken Taylor says, in the Virginia healthcare system, I have found the nurses to be better than the doctors most of the time. I agree with that 1,000,000,000%. Frisia says, I kind of want my quail to be warm and lay more eggs in winter than usual. I keep them in the garage, and temperatures here in New England get really cold. If I place a small heater in the garage, do you think there's going to be mold? I don't know what your situation is, but heating a room doesn't necessarily give you mold. Should know. Jen says, thank you for sharing. I remember a time the hospital allowing my mom and I to come in and bring our traditional family dinner to both grandparents that were there. Kind and firm go a long way. Absolutely. Rufus Bunny says, hey, Zach, I got some eggs from you recently. That's great. Best of luck to you. Frieza says, everybody hit the like button so more people can see the live stream. Show some support. I appreciate it. Thank you. Rufus Bunny says, I candled them and they are developing. That is wonderful. Deanne said, how? When will you be able to ship to Canada? I don't know. I have not heard yet, unfortunately. It's probably going to be a couple months still. But I don't know that for sure. Salvador Perez says, hi, Zach, here from Florida. Got some good hatch rates for eggs I got from you. Great news. Feather Sexpal, 102 out of, I'm assuming 110 is what you ordered. 102, 110 FS. It was 25 out of 30 SSC. Whew. And 20 out of 25 BTA. That is wonderful. Salvador, you are on fire. Congratulations. Robin C. says, hi, Zach from Michigan. Welcome. Alan Benware, yes. From Malone, New York. How critical is the temp in the incubator? I have 6 thermometers in it, and they all read different temps. I even calibrated 3 of them, but when it gets hotter, they are all a little off. That's not good. It sounds as though that you need a lot more circulation in there. Temp's pretty important. It needs to be at the lowest 99, at the highest 100. Temp's pretty important. I'm sorry. Best of luck. Robin C. said, I put my eggs in the incubator on Sunday. That's great. Best of luck to you. Jason Terry says, females die at a much higher rate than the boys. They are separated on different levels on a 2-story hutch. Started with 22 of each. Now have only 14 hens and 16 boys. Sounds like it's a calcium issue or fiber. It sounds like they're struggling to lay the eggs. I would look at your calcium and fiber issues, watch our video on the feed that we do, and make sure that those levels are fairly similar. I would increase your calcium and fiber, and you should have a lot less deaths as far as hens go, and males. Any thoughts? Oh, those are my thoughts. Fins, Feathers, and Bone Homestead. I like it. Hey, Zach, I have an English male in with a couple of tuxedos, a Tibetan pansy, and Rosetta. Can you tell me what different types of colors I will get out of hatching? A lot. If you've got whites with all those things, you'll get Rosettas and pansies and Tibetans and whites and tuxedos and a lot. 10 different colors. Please tell me when you will be able to ship to Canada. I don't know. I'm sorry. Probably, I don't know. I'm waiting to hear back. Canada is going to be one of the last ones to ship to. So I don't know how next year's going to go. If I had to guess, it's probably not till February, but I'm shooting in the dark. I just don't know. I'm sorry. Frieza says, no 18 and under contest this week. Oh. Did I not do a 18 and under contest this month? I thought I did. I will research that, and if I didn't, then I will announce it on Sunday, because I haven't picked a winner. I thought I did. Maybe I wrote it down. I don't remember. Did I announce it? Verna? I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Matthew says, I have 240 Myshire eggs in the homemade incubator, cabinet incubator Terry shared on his channel. That's great. Best of luck to you. I've heard a lot of great results with that. Rufus the Bunny from Utah, welcome. Jerry Alexander says, eggs arrived in great shape this time. Wonderful. Matthew Simpson says, how long are hens fertilized after being separated from roost? I'm not too sure. We never do that. But I've heard from a lot of people about 5 days. I say 3 days to be safe. That makes sense to me. But I don't know for sure. William says, hello from Jackson, Wyoming. I ordered some quail eggs, but haven't heard a response. I'm pretty sure went out today. You should have received an email this morning. Jen says, thank you for all your help. Your Jumbo Wilds, White, Sparkly, and Fat Fee are being rock stars producing eggs, but our SSC Italians Rosettas have slowed down a lot. Interesting. Darren says, hatching numbers, SSC, 95 out of 110. I love the numbers, guys. Okay, obviously I can't write and look away at the same time. God, I'm dumb. Let's see. Ken Taylor, VA, Veterans Administration, not Virginia. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I mean, that makes sense. I thought you worked for the state, which I guess you can't. Well, you don't really work for this. Anyways, I still agree with you. I apologize. YRB says, hi from Grand Terrace, California. The no rush order. Do I have an order? What's the name on it? I don't remember a no rush order. Oof. Oh, I can't wait to get caught up. Oh, let's see. Not talking to me. Kasumi Rose has info for others. I keep my birds inside a large indoor porch. Great vent, heated. They enjoy 70%, 70-degree temp. Keep getting good laying, egg laying, and hatching rates. Well, that's great. Best of luck to you and keep it going. Benjamin says from Indiana, do any varieties have greater production to feed ratios? Either of 3-egg meat or dual purpose? Not. Feed ratio, no, not really. No, they're all pretty similar. Rob says my 120 mix go into lockdown on Thursday. Best of luck. Hope you can show up on Sunday on our live Q&A and give us a update. Verna says no, Zach, you did not announce winner last week. Oops. Okay, I'll look into that. Sorry. My bad. I will get to it this week. I will make myself a note because I will forget it. Forget again. All right. Brenton Cox says hi again. Brisbane Quail, Australia. I love the name Brenton. I really like that name. Shelly says our jumbo white wings are just hatching. 55 out of 75 so far. 14 are white with a black spot. Are those males? No, they're not sex. I don't know. You'll have to you'll have to vent sex them at 6 to 8 weeks old. Whew, it's been a long day. Kayet, I hope I said that right, Kayet. I'm pretty sure your order went out today too. Hi, from Wisconsin. I ordered 25 SSC and would like to know, is it okay to ship to Wisconsin in December? Yep, no problem, and I'm pretty sure you went out today. I remember the name. Pretty sure you went out today, unless I wrote you on the... Actually... Yes, you did go out today. Freezer says, can my order get shipped without notifying my email? Not usually, but sometimes the emails, sometimes you might type it in wrong, or sometimes it goes to junk mail, or sometimes something just happens and you just never get one. I would say 90% of the time you get an email. Yvonne Best. I do not remember the name on the ship list. That doesn't mean it's not on there. I've got like 40 of them. I have a pretty good memory, surprisingly. I usually have a very good memory on my ship list. I'll look in just a second. Jerry Alexander says, what is possible with mystery eggs I received from you? It can vary. It can be from our research, which could be a bunch of different stuff. It could be pandas. It could be one of our new jumbos. It could be white wings. It could be a bunch of different stuff. Miss Nubilosity says, just stopping in to say hi. Well, thank you very much. Label is printed PO, not scanned yet. Oh, well then great. It goes out tomorrow. In fact, I will look real quick. Are you able to ship to Mexico? It looks like we'll be able to start shipping to Mexico, not this coming up Monday, but the Monday after that. I've not got confirmation from that yet, but we've talked about it, and it looks as though that not this Monday, but next Monday is good to go. I'm going to check real quick on Yvonne's order. Yep. Yes, foamer is made, boxes next to it, and you go out tomorrow. Are you able to open up, talk about that, Zach? The hold order was from you when you did the states. The hold order was from when you did the states. You don't know? When I said that I have a pretty good memory, maybe I lied. I'm sorry. I'm sure it makes sense. I just don't remember. Do you have a name? Yusuf on the list. 25 Snowies, 25 GPCs. I do. Okay, I'm back. I'm very sorry. I don't know what happened.
I'm frozen on mine too. Give me just a second. Okay, we are back. All right, I apologize about that. Let's see. Freezer said, do you have a Yusuf? I do. It's the second order not going out, so you will go out on Saturday if you missed it, if I froze before that. Really no rush, okay, to put me at back of line if you run out. No, you are already set to go out tomorrow. Foamers made, boxes made. All I have to do is collect the eggs in the morning. So you are good to go. Zach, can you show us the quail, please, if you can? What quail? What quail? I'm curious. You can ship to Mexico and in the UK. What is the problem with shipping to Canada? I cannot ship to the UK right now. We are not shipping to the UK. UK is long ways away. I don't even know. Like, long time. Mexico looks like it's possible in the next couple of weeks. We did get approval to ship to the Philippines and the Caribbean and the Virgin Islands and somewhere else. But I don't remember right now. It's on my list. But Canada it's a couple different things. There's different paperwork for each place, and then you know, between that and the borders and this and that and the other, it's complicated all the time. Oh, I got you, Verna. Okay. Darren says, not sure if you already said, but when will your Jumbo Wilds be available again? I am working on that. I did get all the orders organized today and the ship list up to date. It's not in my head yet. I don't have a specific answer. I will have a specific answer on when the Jumbo Wilds will be back into place on Sunday on my next live Q&A. It looks as though that not this Sunday, but next Sunday, I'll be putting them back on, but that's not been confirmed yet. I'm not 100% sure, but I will know this Sunday when. Yes, Puerto Rico. That is correct. Thank you, Freezer. Kelly says, what level of heat and humidity do you recommend for the incubator? I recommend 99.5 degrees the entire time, and then 45% humidity during the incubation, 65 to 75% humidity during lockdown. Jay Joseph says, yay, shipping to the Caribbean. Sadly, I'm waiting for incubator parts to arrive. Everything delayed. I understand that. I'm just trying to get started with quail. Could you tell me some of the quail you have? Well, Joni, I would recommend going to our YouTube channel, Myshire Farm, going to the playlist section. It's the third tab. In that tab, there's a playlist called All About the Colors, and it goes through each color, show and tell, kind of things like that. But we've got Jumbo Wild, Jumbo Egyptians, Jumbo White Wings, Pearls, Pansies, Fab Fees, Growl Fees, Golds, Autumn Ambers, Sex Links, Jumbo Egyptians, 3 different types of tuxedos, SSCs, GPCs, Tibetan Rosetta Scarlet, Sparkly, Pansy Fee. I'm sure I'm missing some. We've got a couple. All right. So, that is all the questions. So now, if you stayed with me, we're going to do that little 5 rules thing. So, I did not forget, Beth, I promise. So this is what we're going to do. Let's say you wrote down your 5 things. All right? So, if you can, no, I don't really want to put somebody out. All right, so this is what they told me. I wrote down 5 things. Her question to me was, you're starting your own business. I said, yes. She said, what are the 5 things that people are going to say about you? And I said, I don't know. She said, okay. And you think you're just going to wing it? And I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, what are you going to stand for? What's your foundation? Every house, every relationship, every thing you do in life has to have a foundation. So what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to do the best that I can. And she goes, that's not good enough. That's how people fail. You have to have a plan. On purpose, on paper, have a plan. And I said, okay, well, what do I want to do? She's like, I'm not telling you what you want to do. But if you fail, you can come back here. And I said, no. I want help. I just don't quite understand. And she said, listen, thousands and thousands and thousands, millions of people try to start their own business. What, 80, 90% fail? Why? And I said, it could be for a lot of reasons. She was very intimidated. And she said, it's mainly just because they don't have a plan. And then they don't have a backup plan. And they don't know what they stand for. They're just trying to make money. And I said, okay, well, what do you mean? She said, so what, you're going into business because you want to make money? And I said, well, yeah, but I'll probably make more money here than I will at my self-employment. And she goes, probably. So why are you doing it? And I said, so I gave her reasons. She said, great, write down 5. So I gave her 5 reasons. She said, okay, these are good reasons. Making money is not a good reason. And I said, why? I do that a lot. I ask a lot of questions, a lot of whys. You know, somebody tells me something. It's not that I don't believe them. I want to understand the process behind it. I try to bring that to our YouTube live videos. When I answer a question, I try to give you the answer behind the answer so that you can figure things out on your own as well. Maybe questions that you didn't even know you had. So I said, why? And she said, because you can make money anywhere. It's not a motivation. So everybody is motivated by one or more of a few things. It's Requiem? I think it's Requiem. It's recognition, advancement, quality of life, and money. Yes. RAQM. Recognition, advancement, money, and quality of life. So she said, which ones motivate you? She said, does recognition motivate you? And I said, not really, no. She said, so you don't care if you get recognition? I said, I mean, it's nice to be appreciated. Everybody wants to be appreciated. She said, exactly. I said, okay, but I'm not searching for it. She goes, no, but it still motivates you a little bit. You still want a pat on the back, don't you? And I said, I guess. She goes, okay, advancement. Can you advance at your job? I said, no, I'm pretty much the owner. I can't go much higher than that. She said, but you can advance other companies, can't you? I said, what do you mean? She said, all right, so you're starting your own quail business. I said, yes. She said, so are you number 1? I said, in the quail business? She said, yeah. I said, no, I'm just starting. She said, okay. So can you advance to being a better business than someone else? I said, I hope so. That's the plan. And she said, okay. Do you think you can be the best? And I said, that's why I do it. You know, everything I do, that's my goal. I want to be number 1. And she said, okay, so advancement is that. She said, you need to stop thinking in the box. You think of advancement as promotions. Well, you're not going to get promotions. So you have to find your motivation when it's not there in other ways. So recognition, you need to make sure that you're helping others because that's going to help you. And that's going to make you feel better because you're giving back. That's your recognition. Hence, the YouTube videos. Hence why we're even on YouTube. It's not because I want recognition, it's because I want to give back, right? That gives me a, when I turn this off, I go, all right, I helped somebody today, I gave them advice, I'm happy with it, you know? Advancement, you can't promote me. I am who I am. I'm the janitor and I'm the owner. I'm everyone in between. There's no job title I don't have. But can I advance to being better than others? Yes. Am I number one? I don't know. Does anybody know if they're number one? I doubt it. I mean, who knows? I don't know. But I like our numbers, and I like our consistency, and I feel like we're number one. I'm not saying we are. I'm not dissing somebody else. I'm just saying I work my butt off to be the best. So I can't imagine somebody working harder and as more consistent than I do. I can't. All right, so money. Does money motivate me? Not as much as a lot of people think. I want to provide for my family. I want to make sure that they have all their needs taken care of and some of their wants. That is my goal. I want to put a little bit back for a rainy day, and I want to put a little bit back so that I'm not killing myself when I'm 90 years old. That's what I want. I don't need to be rich. I don't need to be a millionaire. It's not going to happen in my business. It's just not. I sell 50-cent eggs. I can't be a millionaire, right? But I can manage my money well, and I can take care of my family, and I am. That motivates me. It keeps motivating me. I promise all of this is going to make sense. At least it did for me, so just hang in there. So what? Recognition, advancement, money, and quality of life. That's the one that got me. She said, so you're quitting this perfect job that you have to be stressed out every day and work 18 hours a day. I said, yes. She said, this one is why. I said, quality of life? She goes, yeah. Because if you think about it on one hand, my quality of life has decreased since I quit my job. Because I work a lot, 7 days a week. I can't remember the last day I haven't worked. But that's my life. It's my life. It's not my job. This is my life. But I take breaks when I need to. I can take care of my family without having to call off or worry about bosses or this, that, and the other. I have dinner with my family. I have date night with my wife. I have family night with my kids. I have everything that I want. So if my week goes to crap and my family's in the hospital and health is on the line and I'm super stressed out and I'm super behind and I can't get everything done and I'm just overwhelmed beyond belief, it could always be worse because this is what I chose. And at least I chose this life, okay? So those were my reasons. I can't give you yours, and it's really hard because I can't interact with you one-on-one. So I'm hoping you get all this. So those are the motivating factors. If the rule of thumb is, if you are motivated by 2 or more, then no matter what you do in life, you cannot fail. If you are only motivated by money, chances are it will not work out long term. If you are only motivated by quality of life, chances are that will always take place and take precedent over what needs to be done. So for example, do I want to go spend some time with my family? Do I want to go watch a movie with my kids or play a board game or something? Yeah, I haven't seen them for a couple of days. I've been in the hospital. But I had lunch with them, I had dinner with them, and now it's time to work. I got to get stuff done because I can't just do what I want to do because I'm motivated, right? All right, so with all that being said, you wrote down 5 things. it would be very beneficial for me to be able to read your 5 things. I know, I'm finishing up. But I can't. So I can't really do it the way she did it, because we broke each one down and she really helped me. So I hope that you can do this on your own or get a partner and do this with them. Preferably a spouse or an older child or a parent or a best friend, which I pretty much just named everybody. So I don't know. But what you want to do is you want to sit down with someone else and have them do it as well. They write down 5 things that they want to be known for, and you write 5 things down that you want to be known for. And at the very top, you want to write down RAQM, recognition, advancement, money, and quality of life, right? Those are your motivating factors, and this is what I'm going to achieve. This is what I want to be known for. So when I wrote what I wanted my business down, she says, do you have these qualities? I said, sometimes. Not always. And she said, if you die in 20 years, can you have these qualities? And I said, yes. She said, so these are not your business qualities. This is your human qualities. This is what you want people to say when you're gone. And I said, yeah. And it didn't register to me. And she said, but we don't do that all the time. And I said, no. It's just everybody falls, everybody falls short. And she said, okay, but you don't fall short at work. And it becomes a pattern in your life. And I said, well, what do you mean? She said, well, work and play is different. You're more controlled at your job than you are at home. You think more before you speak at work. You have boundaries at work where you kind of loosen those boundaries on your free time. And I said, yes. She said, that stops because your work and your home are now going to be one. So if you want your business to work, these are the qualities that you have to have the rest of your life. Non-negotiable. I said, okay. So I'm going to give you my 5. These are 5 things that I wrote down a long time ago that I've changed, but these are the 5 things that I wrote down a long time ago that I wanted to be known as. Number 1. I wrote down I wanted to be number 1 in customer service. She said, no, that's too vague. Why? I said, because I want to be an example for how people should treat their customers. She said, then that's what you write down. I said, okay. She said, how do you achieve that? And I said, I'm available, I'm present, I listen, I educate, I encourage. And on top of all that, I support. Meaning if you had a bad hatch rate, if whatever happens, I'm here. All you got to do is contact me. Put that into practice, right? Number 2, patience. I get asked the same questions a lot. And sometimes I'm like, but I never act that way. Because everybody's at a different educational level. I mean, some people don't have quail yet. Some people are just starting out. Some people have had them for 10 years. Some people have their own business. Some people just want them for meat and eggs. Some people want them for pets. Everybody is on a different level on the spectrum. So I cannot talk to you like I'm talking to me. I can't assume that you know what I know. I can't assume that you've heard everything that I've said. Patience. I'm not very patient in life, If I tell the kids to do something and they don't do it, well, now I bring down the hammer. I don't do that anymore. And I think my wife appreciates it, because now I'll say, hey, guys, it's snack, teeth, and bed, guys. They'll have snack, they'll brush their teeth, and then they turn into monsters and just run all over the house. So then I have to come back out and say, yeah, it's bedtime, remember? Now, before I would have came out and said, who is going to die? Because I'm going to kill someone if you don't get into your rooms. That's how I used to act. Now I go, we talked about this. Because you're not respecting the rules. So that means I have to take things away from you. Is that what you want? No. Okay. Well, then I need you to respect the rules so that I can respect giving you things. But if I can't respect that you're listening, I can't give you anything. And I'm talking to them more, and my relationships are growing with them. So my point is that number 2, that patience has helped me in my business and helped me with my kids and helped me in my personal life. And I think it's grown my wife and I closer because she sees that I'm being more patient and appreciates that. And so on and so forth. So I want you to write down your 5 things. I cannot do it alone. You are going to have to get with someone that you respect or love or go through life with. And I'm telling you, it changes your life. Write down 5 things that you want to be known as, 5 things that the other person wants to be known as, and then before you share them with each other, you need to rate them. So for example, if I said, I need you to rate me on how my customer service is from a 1 to 10. Before I explain what my number 1 is, I would just need you to rate me. So let's say you said that one of your top 5 is being friendly. Okay, so before you talk about it with your other person that you're going to do this with, you're going to say, and it has to be honest. It's not judgmental. It's not putting down. It's I can't fix it if I don't know it's broke. And what changed is when I brought this home, I asked my wife these questions. And I was sorely disappointed. I thought I was a 6, 7. Easy. And I can do better. Not a big deal. I was all over the board. All over the board. Hardworking was one of my things. She gave me a 10. Hands down. No discussions. 10. She was like, if I could give you 11, you're an 11. You're one of the hardest men I've ever met in my life. I said, well, thanks. But then patience, I thought, I'm a 5 or 6. No, she gave me a 2. A little disappointing. And I took that and I thought, if I can't self-realize, then there's no way I'm going to have a good business. And if you would look at my top 5, I gave you 3 of them. The hard work has went into the breeding program, into getting eggs out on a timely basis, giving you guys great hatch rates, fertility rates, so on and so forth. It's benefited the business and it's benefited you. The first one I gave you, I'm doing YouTube videos because of my first answer. The patience, doing YouTube videos consistently, answering questions consistently, not judging and not giving an attitude, and being as consistent with my attitude as possible. I'm doing it on purpose. And it's making me be a better person. So, with that being said, somebody just said I was frozen, but it doesn't look like I'm frozen. So with that being said, I really, really suggest that you do that with someone else, have them rate you, and then come up with one plan each on each line. So you wrote down 5 things you want to be known as, right? 5 things that are important for a business or however you want to look at it. Rate yourself. If you are not a 10, rate or have someone else rate you. If you are not a 10, write down one thing that you can do differently, and that is what you focus on. You don't need to focus on all the bad. You don't need to focus on what you're great at because you're great at it. Focus on the one thing that you haven't been doing that will benefit your life, right? If you are a 10, you have to push harder. What is the one contributing factor to that? And then every day you read them. Every day. So there hasn't been a day that has gone by that I haven't read. Work hard. Have patience. Give the best customer service ever. because of blah, blah, blah. Never. So, I'm telling you, it has completely changed my life. It has made me feel more in control and a much better person. I feel like a much better father, and that helps. That makes me feel warm inside. I feel like I'm a much better husband. I feel that I am a very good business owner and a businessman because I'm sincere and that I do it on purpose. And it's helped me with every aspect of my life. Now, this might not benefit you because I'm not her. I'm not my mentor, you know? I mean, she had a lot of pull on me, so anything she said, I latched onto, you know? But try it. And if it doesn't work, then you wasted an hour of your time. If it does work, then you just changed your life for the better and became a better person and a better owner and a better parent and a better. So anyways, I hope that helps. It helped me a lot. There is a couple more questions. I am running late. 19 minutes isn't the end of the world. Not too many questions here. So I will answer these and then we'll get off. What is the average hatch rate for snowies, and did you make a video about the snowies? I do not have a video on the snowies yet. I don't have those numbers in front of me. The average hatch rate on snowies is, I don't know, 65, 70% maybe? I don't know. Matthew says, Zach, you're doing a great job. Thanks for taking the time to do these live videos. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Patio Nelson says, question, you rock. Thank you. Great education. You just shipped eggs to me in Hawaii. Can't wait to expand the homestead. Please don't change. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Phyllis Wells says, thanks for or Zach, watch your time. I'm working on it. I'm sorry. Zach, you do have a good memory. You remembered all that. Well, it's important. La Sierra Acres Hatchery says, hey, Zach, checking in from Riverside, California. Welcome. Jeff says, you're my number one. I appreciate it. Thank you. Beth Reed says, your goals sound like a great balanced definition of success. It is. And here's the thing. Success is whatever you think it is. You know what I mean? It shows that 78 people are watching right now. That's success to me. Now, another YouTuber might go, oh, 78 people, it's not even worth being on here. I get it. When you have millions of viewers and hundreds of thousands of viewers, then 78 people's not, small potatoes. But that's 78 people. That's 78 families. You know what I mean? So to me, that's success. But somebody out of those 78 people, one of you might say, I don't care about running a business. I've got a great job and I don't want the stress and I'm happy with what I got. Well, then great. But can you be better on purpose than what you have been? And if you say no, well, then I think you're lying to yourself, because that's what life's all about, is improving, right? We just continuously get better. That's why our elders are so wise, because they made so many mistakes along the way, right? So everybody has their own definition of success. John B says, your mentor is very wise. She was. She did a great service by having that dinner talk with you. Now you are sharing it with many others. Thank you for that. Not a problem. I hope that it helped. Ken Taylor says, what was her name? Yoda? She was an older woman, and she was very quiet. She would walk into my store, and she just gave you a look. And either you knew that you let her down, and I don't know of anyone that ever wanted to let her down. I can't think of one person that ever talked anything about her, which is hard to do in a corporate business. I mean, everybody hates their boss, and I can do it better, and they don't know what they're talking about. They're not in the store, and this, that, and the other. There was never one person, and she was tough. I mean, she would walk in, she expected excellence at all times. She was very supportive, as far as if you were going through something, she'd sit down and listen to you for an hour. But at the end of it, she'd go, but that doesn't excuse what's going on here. and I'm very sorry. And if there's something I can do, if you want a couple of days off, I'll work your shifts or I'll find some help. But this is unacceptable. There's a door here. And your personal life and your work life, they're two different things. And I know that you're going through stuff, and I'm not, but this is my life, and I need you 100% at all times. So all you have to do is tell me that you need some time off, and I'll give it to you. But you can't come into work and expect to not give me 100%. I mean, she was that kind of boss, but not one time did I ever hear anyone say that anything negative. And she fired, man, she was a firing machine. She gave you 3 chances. You messed up the once, she'd explain it to you. You messed up twice, she'd warn you. You messed up 3 times, that's the door, we'll see you. I mean, she was a tough boss, but she was amazing. If you're working yourself crazy, are you able to hire an additional helping hand since the business is doing well? We'll talk about that down the road. I do have a full-time employee, does a lot, but I mean, there's just so much to do. Right now, I just want to be hands-on with everything because it's my life, and I want it done my way. Down the road, we'll discuss it, but I mean, it's not like I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's a lot of times where, me and the family will go do this, or we go do that, or whatever. But I'm not I don't have a lot of hobbies. Like, this is my hobby. Getting better at my business, being the best. Those are the things that drive me. I don't really like to golf. I don't like to do this. I don't like, all of it's okay, and I'll do it every once in a while, but this is my thing. Do you have any employees? I have one. All right, I'm hurrying. Question: what is your process for getting MPI certified, and what challenges did you face getting there? Every state is different. I would look up MPIP in your state because everywhere is completely different. Some places are very difficult. Some are extremely easy. Zach, can you make a video about this? It's going to be hard to remember. We'll see. Hatchery, not talking to me. Terry McCrane says, hey, Zach, I ordered 50 eggs. You shipped 6 to add 41 hatch. Thanks for your help. Terry, if you're still on, if I didn't bore you, if you could let me know what you ordered, I'd really appreciate it. But I will write it down. Thank you very much. 41 out of 50. Midwest Kristen says, hello, sorry I'm late. I just got done with work. Hope everything is okay, Zach. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. GoPro AZ says, Zach, one of our Myshire wilds just had a 24-gram egg yesterday. We can't believe that came out of a quail. Yes, it was the double yolk. Also glad she didn't die. That's a big one. Congratulations. That's pretty big. Beth Reed says, thanks so much for talking about this, Zach. You're not a problem. I know you've been very patient with me about that. I hope that it helped. I hope. It helped me. I really hope that it helped. I don't expect that to help everybody, and I'm sure some of you are just bored out of your mind with it, but if it helped 5 or 10 people, if it helped 1, then it's worth it. Judy says, hello, late to video. Sorry about your mom. Sending prayers. Thank you very much. My eggs that I ordered from Myshire are going to hatch next year. Yes, they will. Hello from Byesville, Ohio. Welcome. Not talking to me. John B. If people take this to heart, they will see a difference, I am sure. Thanks again, Zach, for all your help. Have a great night, and all the best to you and your loved ones. Thank you very much. Jay Henderson says, just hatched out 20 out of 30 golds. Are doing well. Thank you very much for letting me know. 2025 goal. Congratulations. That's great. Donna says, I changed food to your brand. I usually get crumble, but I was sent pellets. They're not eating it as well with babies. I blend my feed. Should I blend? I wouldn't blend the babies. But it's personal choice. Late but value you and your knowledge. Thank you very much. Val's not here. He isn't. How are you? Buster says, I still watch older Q&A. They are all helpful. Thanks for all you do. Thank you very much. Midwest Kristen says, Zach, I will text you my hatch rate tomorrow. I'm not proud of it. I don't think it's the eggs. It was me, so don't include in your average. I learned a lot and have more eggs coming soon. Yeah, text me. We'll figure it out. At least I want to know. I do want to add it to my hatch rate because I feel like that's a true hatch rate. So don't worry about that, but we'll figure it out. Matthew says, Zach, my first job was McDonald's. Mine too. My store manager sounds Just like her, she could bring out the best in people, build people up, but could also break someone down if needed. That's very interesting because number one, my first job was McDonald's. I worked there for 4 years. When I started when I was 15, and then left about a year after. Oh no, I guess I was only there for 3 years. Oh God, no, I was only there for 2.5 years. I started when I was 15. Once I graduated, I got an opportunity for a much larger position with much better pay, and I took that. So I was 17 and a half when I left, so I was only there for 2.5 years. But my first job was McDonald's, and it's funny because my mentor, the woman that I was talking about, she worked at McDonald's for 40 years and worked herself up, was a district manager for like 10 years, and then was a regional manager, and then actually came to my company and was, I think, VP of, she was vice president of something. I think she was VP of operations. Pretty sure was her title. So she was actually my boss's boss. So my boss was the regional manager, and then she was his boss. But she was great. But yeah, she worked at McDonald's for 20, 25, 30 years. She worked there for a long time. Joseph says, thank you for the explanation, Zach. I get it now. Have very specific goals. Great info, great help. Thank you very much. I hope it did. Matthew says, corrective criticism. It's an amazing thing. It really is. And if you're doing it as a team and you're doing it as a couple, no matter what the couple is, I've done this with my kids. I've had them rate me and I've rated them. And we do it in a fun little way. Then it's great. Now, I did do this with one person that does not handle criticism very well. I don't know if I would recommend maybe doing it with that person. And it also helps bring things out. So, you know, kind of elephants in the closet you guys never really talk about, or things that never have been brought up. You know, it's really a good segue into that. So, you know, if they say, well, I want to be this, and then that makes you think, well, you weren't here, you know, and you never explained yourself or whatever, well, then you can say, well, I want to give you a 6. I would give you higher, but there was this example, and I just want to, and I'm telling you, it's just, it opens communication, opens relationships. I've done this with my kids. I've done this with my wife. And I'm telling you, it changes things if you're willing to be open. Have you ever considered using an artificial macro fruit bins for chicken brooders? I used several at my small hatchery with great success. I have not. I'll think about that. Bye, Zach. Have a nice night. Prayers for your family, and really excited to hatch out those amazing colors. McDonald's with some really good training. They were. Bye, Verna the moderator. That's all the questions, guys. I stayed super late, but I hope that it was beneficial, and I hope that it was helpful. I will be picking an 18 and under contest this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will talk a little bit more about other things that she taught me. I've got about 3 pages of stuff that I gathered with her. I still talk to her every once in a while, but she was one of the wisest people I ever met in business and in life, and I will continue to share that with you. So Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My family is out of the hospital. I am back. I will be spending all week getting crap done all around here. So Sunday, we are going to have a blast. I will be prepared. I will have some fun things planned, and we will move on. So everybody, have a great night. Stay safe, and have a good night, everybody. Thanks.